I have a cowboy hat on, and you may be wondering why have I got a cowboy hat on, apart from I like wearing different types of hats. But there's a reason why I've got a cowboy hat on. On the night, on the evening, if you're in the UK, that is, we find out that Arsenal Football Club have hijacked the Eze proposed transfer to those Cowboys at Tottenham Hotspurs. What have you done? What have you done, Tottenham Hotspurs? You had the chance in many a season to make this a monumental couple of months for us. After winning the Europa League, you then went and bought Mohamed Kudus. You secured the signing or the extension of Kuti Romero. Now this was your chance. Okay, the Morgan Gibbs White transfer didn't come through, but it seemed for all the world that you had pretty much everything agreed with Eze. Player agreement, club agreement. Why didn't you close this transfer? You absolute cowboys. There's nothing else to say. This is why I'm donning the hat today, the cowboy hat today, because you, Tottenham Hotspurs, are absolute cowboys tonight. You look like cowboys tonight. And what you've done, have not only deprived yourselves of an absolute marvelous quality player, but now you've gone and enhanced and strengthened your noisy neighbors and potentially made them favourites for the Premier League title, which I'll come to. I actually tweeted the other day that this signing would, in my opinion, enable Spurs to become one of the favourites for the Champions League spots. Top five. I said top four in the tweet, but I meant five. That's in jeopardy now. As soon as Maddison got injured, your one job in life should have been to go and secure Eze and talk afterwards. For whatever reason, you've dilly-dallied. And now Arsenal have stepped in as soon as they got whiff of the injury situation with Kai Havertz, which is another funny Cole story, by the way, people. Subplot, sub-story, Cole story, you know what I mean. Sub-story. Kai Havertz gets injured, and Arsenal feel the need to get another attacker in. Now, Arsenal fans were hoping to get another attacker in anyway, but the Havertz injury situation has obviously sped up the situation, and movements have been made. And tonight, we have confirmation that Eze is joining Arsenal Football Club for the fee of £68 million. Eyebrows raised? Not for me. Not for me. I want to sit here and talk about Arsenal buying the league and Arsenal spending the money. Like the Arsenal fans love talking about there's Liverpool spending X, Y, Z. I'm going to keep it consistent and I'm going to keep it real. I don't care. I don't care. If you've got the money, if you've got the means, if you've structured your club and finances such that you are able to spend this much money, go and spend it. He's what Arsenal needed. He's better than Martinelli. He's better than Trossard. Dare I say he's better than Odegaard? He can play all of those players' positions that I've mentioned. Arsenal didn't win the league last season, not because of their record against the top six, by the way, which we're reminded non-stop by Arsenal fans about their record against the top six. It was their record against the other teams in and around the bottom to bottom table, mid to bottom table teams. And Eze absolute helps them in that factor. I think he's a wonderful player. I want Liverpool to sign him. That's how good I think he is. I think he walks into most of the teams in the Premier League, if not all of them. A huge fan, hugely talented, down to earth, non-controversial, proper professional, worked his way through the ranks. worked his way through the bottom leagues. Akifenua talks about him glowingly about his time at Morecambe, where they knew they had a superstar on their hands. This guy is insanely talented and is just what Arsenal needed. But look how football, look how life, look how situations change. They had no intention of going in for him until the Havertz injury. Yet Spurs, on the other hand, Madison gets injured but still dilly-dally. And now they're stuck. Now Spurs are messed, I think. They need a creative force, a number 10, and there was one staring at them. They agreed, but they didn't sign off the deal. For whatever reason, it will come back to haunt them. What a slap in the face for Thomas Frank, who I think is a great coach and is going to do great things. But what does this do for Arsenal Football Club? In my humble opinion, as things stand today, the date is 20th of August, 10:15. I'm recording this. 10:15 in the evening, 20th of August, 2025. I believe Arsenal are now favourites for the Premier League with this signing. Yes, I do. I'm not grizzlighting. I'm being honest. I'm telling you now, I think Arsenal have zero excuses left for not winning this title. I think they have immense depth everywhere now. Attack, midfield, and forwards. Attack, midfield, and defence. We know they've got about 6 centre backs. We know the midfield is stacked now. Moreno, Zubimendi, Rice, Eze can play there. Odegaard can play there. You see, Arsenal were give it to Saka and inshallah. Well, now they have another X factor in that team. Eze is a fantastic ball carrier. Eze has strength. Eze has directness. Eze can relax the ball when it needs to be. He usually tends to make the right choices. I think Arsenal have got a player on their hands. People can talk about the fee being excessive. People can talk about that. I'm not here to talk about that because I don't care about that. And I have to keep it consistent. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. Damn, that's a good signing for Arsenal. Damn you, Spurs. You Cowboys. What have you done? Good signing, Arsenal fans. Be excited. But with excitement will come huge pressure. Don't duck from the pressure. The pressure will be on Arsenal, and Arteta must deliver. There is no excuses. Arsenal fans were talking about if we don't make a signing, if we don't make another attacking signing, then we are in the same place. Well, you're not. Because you signed one of the most sought-after midfielders in world football, in Zubimendi. You signed Gokeres, let's not forget, one of the most sought-after attackers in Europe, strikers. And you signed Mosquera, one of the most sought-after centre-backs from Valencia. That's depth. That's a lot of money, but that's a lot of talent. And Eze, in my opinion, tops it all off. In my opinion, Arsenal Football Club are now favourites for the Premier League in this up-and-coming season. No grizzlying. Arsenal, you must win a major this season. Oh, I'm not happy about this signing. I thought if he goes to Spurs, Spurs irrelevant. As a great player, but we keep him away from City and we keep him away from Arsenal. If Liverpool not going for him. Liverpool never went for him, had no intention of going for him. Arsenal have pipped Spurs in the very, very last minute. Any day this morning, Spurs fans were hoping to wake up for a Fabrizio bomber or a Ornstein bomber. I wonder why they didn't sign him or they didn't get over the line. Of course, more will be revealed in the next up and coming days. It's not a good look for Spurs. Not a good look at all. Just when you think they're turning the corner around, win their first major trophy, I call it a major Europa League. The old UEFA Cup is a major trophy. Give it to them. Then you make great signings in the window. You secure your signing of your skipper to a long-term deal. New manager, good vibes. You're winning your opening game comfortably. And then you bring in Eze. There was parties in North London when you won the Europa League, and there would have been parties if you signed Eze, I believe. But now you've given content for the Arsenal creators to create the most cringe videos and etc. etc. Oh gosh, what have you done, Spurs? Whereabouts? Oh my god. Listen, if you think the hype about Gokras and all that business they've been doing was cringe, watch what they do about Eze and hijacking this bid. You look are enablers. Spurs Football Club, you enablers. You have enabled this. This is why I have donned a cowboy hat today. Because you are cowboys. You are cowboys in this transfer market. You are cowboys. Absolutely bottled this job. Spurs have bottled Eze. This now becomes a game changer for Arsenal Football Club. Arsenal Football Club, you really must. Take care, people. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, subscribe if you haven't already. Peace, love, tranquility.